want to invest in their lives because we are part of their healthcare team. My name is Ivy Clark. I am a pharmacy manager at Kroger Pharmacy.
My name is Chris Pegg. I'm a pharmacist, and actually I'm a pharmacy manager with Kroger Pharmacy. I'm here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
My name is Laura Ayers. I'm the pharmacy manager here at Kroger Pharmacy in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
I decided in high school I wanted to go to pharmacy school, so I got a job at Kroger Pharmacy when I was 17, and so I have stayed with the one company my whole career. Decided I wanted to pursue pharmacy, became a certified technician, became an intern, then came back and staff pharmacist, and now pharmacy manager, and who knows what the future holds.
When I first started college, I didn't know really what I wanted to do, and so I was talking to my chemistry professor, and my chemistry professor said, "Why don't you try pharmacy?" I thought, that's a great idea. So I went and I got a job that summer with Kroger Pharmacy up in Indiana, and I really fell in love with it because I could interact, with patients, and really felt like I was making a big difference. Then through pharmacy school, I also did a lot of research. So I finished up my PharmD, and then I worked on my PhD in medicinal chemistry for a few years. So kind of took me on a different path, but I was still working at Kroger Pharmacy as a pharmacist. So juggling both was very interesting. But I realized that my passion is making sure patients live healthier lives, and I really enjoy that direct customer interaction with every patient comes in, so that I can make sure that I'm making a big difference in people's lives.
So I actually knew I wanted to be a pharmacist when I was in high school. I was already working for Kroger and decided that may be something I wanted to do. So then when I turned 18, I became a technician and worked as a technician. And I had already liked science anyways, so I kind of shifted. Once I went to college, I kind of shifted everything towards science. Went to college, did undergrad, and then applied to pharmacy school. Went to pharmacy school at South College, School of Pharmacy, and then continued to work at Kroger as an intern, and then was a floater pharmacist, and then I came here.
So every day, come in, encourage my technicians. How are they doing? We are invested in their life and how we can encourage them. Day-to-day business like filling prescriptions, but we are also doing more than that. We're doing clinical initiatives, helping patients be engaged of what vaccines they need, adherence with MedSync and auto refill programs, investing into our patient lives to let them know that we are part of the healthcare team.
So my typical day here, I do your average pharmacist duties every day. So I check prescriptions, I counsel patients, answer questions about over-the-counter prescriptions. I have other duties as well. Being the pharmacy manager, I make sure that we stay in compliance with the state and federal laws. I assist with the hiring. I coach our technicians. Sometimes I do help with training new pharmacists, so like graduate pharmacists. I give vaccinations.
I love my team, but also there's never a day that's the same. There is always something different. It is never a routine fashion. And we're very easily acceptable healthcare providers. So they can walk in, somebody can ask me a question, I can help them figure out, do they need to go to the doctor, or is this something that I can help them with?
My favorite thing about my job is it's different and interesting. Every day we have something new, and whether I'm teaching students or I had a patient call me the other day. He had been a long time customer and he was having problems breathing. And so he has been using an albuterol inhaler for his asthma, but he didn't have anything to prevent the asthma. So, I was busy, trying to work with students and calling doctors and making sure and trying to figure out cost, because cost was a big thing. So there's always something new and always something interesting.
They are individuals, so we want to show compassion, that we are interested in their lives, because we want to help them live healthier lives. There are some people that I may see on a whim that I may not remember, but we want to invest in their lives because we are part of their healthcare team.
So we have a residency program right now with UT and Kroger. It's a combined residency program, and they go through a quite extensive program where they're not only counseling patients, but making sure that they're followed properly clinically. We do follow-ups. They also have projects that they work on, and making sure everybody has proper immunizations, and there's all kinds of different steps and everything with the residency program. But like I said, the residency program is very intense, but when they come out of it, they're very well prepared to to be a pharmacist and to be able to operate at a very high clinical function.
So number one, I think most important is you have to be organized. That is like the number one thing. You cannot do anything without being organized, especially as a pharmacist, but also as a manager, because there are a lot of things that you're in charge of. And then I also think that you have to be detail oriented for your job, but also, you kind of have to notice when you're speaking to patients and things like that, you have to notice things that maybe aren't specifically said, that they don't specifically come right out and say to you. And then you have to be resilient. It can be a tough job, but there are going to be tough days. We're seeing people here when they may have received not so great news at the doctor. You don't really know what's going on behind the scenes or what has just happened. Sometimes people are not in the best spirits, and so and sometimes we're all human, so things happen, and so you have to try to think about that and be resilient and realize that sometimes people are not as happy as you would expect them to be, or friendly as you would expect them to be, and you have to be tough and not let that bring you down or let that make you react a certain way to them. So I think resilience is a big thing as well.
Every time I talk to a student, I was like, you need to learn multitasking skills. There's things going on all the time, and you've just got to be aware and make sure that you're giving each patient that comes in their proper attention.
I think that people would be surprised to know how much goes into working in a pharmacy. I think overall, just like the general population, knowing that it's just more than, counting pills. I don't think that people realize that pharmacists are like the last line of defense for things like that, for interactions, allergies, things that may or may not be maybe appropriate for whatever we're treating, things like that. I don't think people fully understand that. So
I'm not just labeling a drug with a sticker, that I'm looking at drug interactions. Is the dosing right? Do you have any allergies? I'm looking to see, do you need vaccinations? I'm not just a one-stop shop. Like, we are here to be healthcare providers for patients. We're not just licking a sticker and putting it on a Z-Pack.
We develop long-term relationships. I've been at this location for quite a few years, and we get to know the patients and the customers just like their family. And I've always tried to make sure that I am treating every customer that comes in as one of my family.
We are more.
We are more.
We are more.